So when you're born into that situation, you don't know any better. You don't know, you believe that this is normal. So when if you have narcissistic parents, whatever they present to you is going to be normal to you. Okay? So when it's like you're growing up in this situation where you're being abused and you don't know that you're being abused. So when if somebody in the home discovers that everything that's going on is abuse, it sounds crazy. It sounds like that person's a crazy person because you believe that you're living in a normal setting. You believe that this is normal. Give me a second here. So when I told my when I'm telling my siblings that what my mother said to me was uh, um was just horrible. They they you know they laughed or they trivialized it because they grew up in that same home, and they believe that their parents are who they are, and they don't know anything better. When you don't know anything better, your horrible situation is normal, and sometimes your horrible situation is a good situation to you because you don't know anything better. It's like you're just on this one plane. Can't see anything higher, and you can't see anything lower, and you can't see anything remotely higher because you are where you are and you believe that this is normal. This is where you are. And in this case, your parents, sometimes you believe your parents are good parents and you make excuses for them. And you don't realize that you've been abused, and you don't realize that you're fucked up. You don't realize that you have a bunch of personality disorders, and you have mental illnesses because you make so much excuse for the parent. You don't realize that they've abused you because you came to believe that the way that they are and the way they treat you is normal because you want to believe your parent is a good parent. Okay? Not only that, you want the parent to love you. So you're not going to say anything bad about them, and you want to believe they're good people, so you accept whatever they present you with, and you accept whatever they present your other siblings with. So even if one of the siblings feel different than you, like in this case, I'm telling them that what is was said to me by the parent and the parents, both of them, was devastating to me, and potentially I don't want the parent in my life. That I remember my sister. Um, I said something like that to her at one point I visited my father, and she appeared shocked. I don't know if you remember, but she appeared shocked, and then I dismissed it. I act like I didn't just say what I said because I didn't want to deal with any more of that. You said something horrible about the parent or involving the parent thing, so I just let it go. And because she wants to believe that this person who was an abuser, a verbal and emotional abuser to a very extreme degree, is not so, is not an abuser. That they did their very best to raising up their children. Okay, that they were good parents even. So she was making um she was looking at me like, why would you not want your father in your life? Because this is somebody who is out to hurt me. and it's out to hurt me emotionally, and out to poke me where it hurts the most, at a tender spot that he knows will hurt me. So I realize I still have anger towards my towards him, and hatred towards him. I just felt it come over me just now, you know. It's so, I don't know, it's really painful to have your feelings being dismissed. Okay? When my mother says to me, I said to my mother that I'm suicidal, and she says to me, "Oh, you should wait until I have surgery." She's telling me that I should wait till I have surgery because I'm her caregiver and I have to be there to help her. So after she have surgery, and after she has surgery, and I help her to recover, then you can go kill yourself then. And that hurt. But it hurt even more to watch my brother and a couple of my other siblings trivialize the whole situation. He This is my oldest brother that I'm talking about. He came from Texas to visit. He trivialized it the most. He made this big ass blurred out laugh, ha 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 ha. Because he's assuming that she's joking, but it was not a joking situation. It was not a joke. Okay, when in that setting, I was crying my eyes out. In fact, it was one of the most gruesome crying scene that I ever witnessed from myself. And I was just crying like crazy. And I'm telling this lady that I want to die, and she's telling me I should wait till after she has her surgery. That hurt a lot, but it hurt even more to watch people trivialize it, because what they're saying is that whatever you're feeling is nothing. It's so abusive to trivialize people's pain, to dismiss people's pain. Okay, it was so painful. Parents, parents, 99% of parents on the planet right now, maybe more, are not fit parents, because they they came into a society where where they were socialized a certain way, and so they were socialized a certain way in a dysfunctional way, so it creates so much dysfunction and so much trauma for them. So basically, um, we are all in a kind of a matrix, a kind of a system where what we believe is normal and what we believe is sometimes good, you know, is actually abusive. Okay, because if you're living in mass ignorance, if you're living in mass ignorance, and you don't know that there's something better out there, then you're going to be creating mass dysfunction. Okay, and everybody's going to be abused to some degree. So you create a planet and a globe, a world full of narcissists and sociopsychopaths. Okay, so much dysfunction, but you don't know that what is creating this dysfunction is what you already see to be normal. You don't know that what is creating the dysfunction is actually the parenting that you believe is good. So you create this life of just chaos and pain and more um, um, dysfunction and crime and just hurt. but then you believe it's the devil. It's the devil in hell that's doing these things. Okay? And it's not what the fuck I'm doing to my kids that's causing the dysfunction in society. Because you believe it's normal. You believe it's normal, you believe it's good. While it's the very thing that's causing the psychosis within your system, and the psychopathy or the psychopathy. Okay, so you have this whole crazy world of personality disorders and psychosis, and we continue to do it because we don't know that it's a very parenting that we believe is normal that is causing these things. Meanwhile, blaming some outside force for it. Okay, so it doesn't end because you don't know that what is causing the problems is actually what you believe is not causing the problem. Okay,